dad. Did you find him?
We called his office this morning. He didn't show up.
My God. They killed him, too.
They?
Whoever did this.
Did you see your father last night?
I was out. I think he was working late. He had a presentation or something.
Jenna, tell me, do you remember anything about last night?
I was sleeping.
The door to the house. Do you remember if it was locked?
I came home from the Red Onion around 11 o'clock. I'm sure I locked it. Why would anyone do this to us?
We found a jewelry box on the floor in the hall closet. It was empty.
My mother's jewelry. Please find my dad. You have to find him.
They had 2 incomes. Everything should have been fine.
2 kids in private school, it takes its toll.
What's this got to do with anything?
We're just trying to get a complete picture, Jenna. Maybe your dad owed money to somebody.
You mean like a loan shark? Get real.
My sister liked to live well. Beach house on Fire Island, the Ivy Club, the Brownstone. I warned her they should put some away for a rainy day.
Sounds like they spent everything they made.
If they put it in a fund, they could have retired.
My dad tried to sell the beach house.
Jenna.
No. I mean, you're making it sound like he's stupid or something. He didn't want it in the first place.
They were stuck with a major mortgage?
They borrowed against the equity on the Brownstone to make the monthly payments.
Debt, the great motivator.
It's not like we were starving or anything.
Your mom didn't want you to know, Jenna. Your dad was having trouble at work.
Now, why did you go and say that? Don't you see what they're doing? They think Daddy's responsible. Whatever my mom told you, he had a good job. He didn't need money.
But you're sure you locked the door before you went to sleep?
I usually do. I don't know. Maybe I forgot that night.
That isn't what you told the police, is it?
My brother's dead. And my mother's dead. And my father is on trial.
Please answer the question.
No. It's not what I told them.
To your knowledge, who had keys to your brownstone?
Me. My dad, my mother, and my aunt.
Did your dad ever hit your mother?
He would never.
Did they fight?
No more than any of my friends' parents. I can't believe that...
What, Jenna?
I can't believe they're doing this to him.
Who was it?
I told him where my mother hid her jewelry.
Who?
Chester.
Okay, and then what happened?
He got mad when it wasn't there. He was stoned out of his head. I didn't know he was gonna shoot everyone.
Okay, we got what we wanted, Jack. The deal's still in place. Jenna serves no time.
What's going on?
It's okay. Chester used you. It's not your fault.
You'll have my motion to dismiss first thing in the morning. Thanks, Claire.
One more question, Jenna. Why didn't you just take the jewelry yourself? Obviously, you still thought it was in the closet. Why wouldn't that have been easier than getting Chester involved? Please answer my question, Miss Weber. Chester wasn't there for the jewelry, was he? He was there to murder your mother, and you knew about it.
No.
This wasn't a robbery at all. You wanted your mother dead. You hired Chester Manning. The jewelry was just supposed to be his payment. The police have already picked up your boyfriend. I have a feeling he's not the type to stick his neck out for you.
I can't believe you wanted your mother dead.
Was Elsa upset by anything recently? No fighting with anyone?
No, she would have told me.
Problems with teachers?
Are you kidding? They all love her. She was the smartest kid in class even after she stopped studying.
Stopped?
Everything came easy to Elsa. She didn't take notes and she didn't cram all night like the rest of us.
Did you spend her time playing chess?
I do. I'm 9 points away from candidate master. The school hired 2 grandmasters to coach me.
That's impressive. So if Elsa wasn't spending her time studying, what was she doing?
I don't know.
Tell me, Jennifer.
She'd sneak out at night.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, but she flirted a lot.
Yeah, with who?
Not anyone here at school.
Then where?
She wouldn't let me go out with her. She didn't want anyone seeing her be bad.
Bad? How?
When she snuck out, she dressed kind of slutty. I'm glad she's dead.
Don't say such a thing.
Why not? It's the truth. Elsa got all the attention. She was in the newspaper. She had scholarship offers.
Well, sweetie, you have a college fund.
Oh, that's not the point. It's about the competition, being the best. There is no second place. That's why the school roomed us together, so we'd push each other.
But Elsa always came out on top.
It wasn't fair. She never studied, and I worked so hard, but she was smarter than me.
Baby, that's not true.
It is true, Mom. I'm smart, but she's a genius, and she never let me forget it.
Was she mean to you?
She wouldn't even talk to me. Not a word, like I was too insignificant, too stupid to waste her breath on.
Oh, baby.
I'm not a baby. And I'm not stupid. I just wanted to be the best.
You just couldn't beat her.
It wasn't fair. She didn't want to go to MIT. She was gonna drop out like that loser Danny. So why couldn't she let me win, huh? Just once, so that I could be the smartest girl at Warwood. Then every college would want me.
Did you ever say this to Elsa?
I told you she wouldn't speak to me. So I followed her onto the ferry one day when she went to see Danny, but she couldn't run away from me in the middle of the Hudson River.
Oh, Jennifer, that's enough. I think we better go now.
Don't tell me what to do! No, don't tell me what to do! I'm sick and tired of everyone always telling me what to do, what to say, how to think, how to act. I just wanted to talk to her, that's all. I just wanted to talk to her and then take the next ferry back. But she screamed at me. Why was I following her? She called me a loser. She said I was pathetic and dumb, and that I was only at Morewood because my family is rich, that I'd never be able to make it on braids alone like her. She tried walking away, and so I grabbed her arm, and she pushed me. So I jabbed her chest with my pen, and she pushed me again.
Stop!
And so I pulled her hair, and I slammed her head into the railing, over and over and over again. Nothing makes sense. It's all blank. And I'm trapped in this horrible endgame of a chess match that I don't remember sitting down to play.
Jennifer, you confessed.
I can remember things, but then I can't. Was it me who did this, or was I dreaming? But I can't be dreaming. I don't sleep. I never sleep.
Jennifer, how long had you been up the night before you killed Elsa?
6 days. I was cramming for exams. Pop a pill, I could read 4 books a night.
Joe, why did you shoot Luke and Tyrell?
Don't know them.
You don't know them. You told us that you went to school with them.
No, I didn't.
Joe. Joe, look at me. You're in serious trouble here. And you need to help yourself.
Don't want to.
Did you draw this?
Where's my pen? I want my pen!
We'll get you one. I know you drew that. Now, did you also do this?
You don't have to answer that, Joe.
Didn't draw that. Didn't draw that!
Joe, who's this? Who's this person here?
Zoltar.
Who's Zoltar?
No!
Come on,
No,
Joe.
I
Come
won't!
on.
Stop!
Take it easy. Calm down.
Stop! I won't!
It's okay.
Zoltar's gonna kill you.
Are you Zoltar?
He's gonna kill you!
Come here.
Get off! He's gonna kill you! Zoltar's
We're stopping
gonna kill
right
you.
now. This boy is sick.
He's gonna kill you! Zoltar's gonna kill you!
Joe, what are the voices telling you?
They're telling me to do things.
You mean Zoltar?
No one messes with Zoltar.
Kids mess with you?
All the time. They laugh at me. They pull down my pants. They call me a shrimp. But Zoltar punished them.
With a gun.
They're running. And I'm shooting. There's blood everywhere. But they just won't die. Not till I get close. Bang! Bang! They finally stop. I heard sirens. I ran to hide. I went to the boiler room, but the window was too high. So I put the gun to my head. I don't remember anymore. Can I see my mom now?
Did you draw this?
Yes.
Dead bodies in a gym, masked man with a gun. What does it mean?
Nothing. It's just a drawing.
When did you draw it?
I can't remember.
Well, you dated it, Joe. It's July 4th. That's 2 months before you were referred to the psychiatrist. So doesn't that mean that you had thought about the shooting, planned it even, long before anyone ever mentioned April to you?
Objection. Are the boys' creative processes on trial here, Your Honor?
Overruled. Answer the question.
I thought about it. But I never would have done anything. Not without the drug.
Who prescribed April to you?
I can't remember.
You can't remember because no one prescribed it to you. Who gave it to you?
I don't know.
You said you didn't like April, you didn't want to take April. How could you not know who gave it to you?
I told you I don't know!
The truth is, you did want to take April. You wanted to find out how it made you feel.
No!
And the reason that you can't tell us where you got it is because you bought it or you stole it at school.
No!
Well, then how did you get it? Tell me.
Stop it!
Tell me, Joe,
Stop
how did you
it!
get the
Stop
medication?
it!
Leave him alone, okay? Just leave him alone. I gave it to him, okay? It was me.
When I got home, Mom looked okay.
Did she say anything about going out?
No. She just asked me about the concert. And then I went to bed around 9:30. Oh, Mom wants us to use these.
Was anybody else around then? A maid?
Teresa goes home at 6. It was just Mom and me. I just want her to be alive. When I got home, Mom busted me. I was so tired of her always riding me. I just wanted to rub it in her face. was the one thing that I had that she couldn't take away. As soon as I said it, I wanted to take it back. Steve came home, and Mom let him have it. She wanted him out of the house, and I said that I would go with him. She went crazy. She screamed that she would leave him with nothing. She started hitting him. And he punched her and he threw her. And she hit her head and I saw all of this blood. And Steve told me to stop screaming. He said that the cops would say that we both did it. I was in love with him. I did what he told me.
Why don't you tell us about Christy's boyfriend?
What boyfriend?
Kyle Hubert?
Kyle Hubert?
She'd meet with him after you two ran? You never knew about that?
Why would she tell me? If I'd known, I'd have to tell Coach. Rules. It all makes sense, though.
Yeah, what does?
Mr. Hubert was always giving her the best presents. Bracelets, clothes, stuffed animals. I guess she liked all the attention.
Wouldn't you?
He creeps me out. Coach couldn't trust Christy, so he had me watch her for him.
You spied on Christy?
Kyle was sleeping with her. He gave her clothes and a charm bracelet.
Why didn't you tell us that before?
Coach promised me a spot on the team if I told him and kept my mouth shut. Today he called me fatso and said I might not make trials.
When did you tell him?
The day Christy died.
Lori, how did you know about the bracelet when you didn't see Christy the night she died?
You want me to be sorry she's dead? I'm not. I didn't have some rich boyfriend, okay? I didn't have some pretty little face. Nobody ever cared about me.
So Christy got all the attention.
She got everything so easy. I do it all on my own. My parents don't love me. The only one who does is Coach, and he lied to me.
How'd he lie to you?
He promised me I could have her spot if I told him. Christy was waiting for me. She had broken up with Kyle, and Coach said he'd keep her on the team. That left no place for me.
And you couldn't let her take that away from you, could you, Lori?
We started to argue. She got everything so easy. She started to run away, so I followed her. The brick just flew out of my hand. I didn't mean for it to hit her. She made me do it.
I know I'm pretty. I'm just not that good with boys. Oh, they're gross. Just never wanted to go out with them. But Jillian took me to clubs. And I went to the opening of Arena. He introduced me to everybody.
Tracy, tell Mr. Stone what Julian promised you.
He was grooming me. He said we'd always be together and I was gonna be a big mom.
What happened that night, Tracy?
We made love. And then he told me to leave and never come back again. It was my mom's fault. She told him that if he didn't stop seeing me, she wouldn't.
Angela said she'd quit working for him. She threatened to have him arrested. Decker told Tracy that her mother was worth more to him as a prostitute than she ever would be as a model.
I didn't mean to do it. After what he said about Mom, he made fun of me. He said I wasn't pretty enough. My legs were too heavy. He just turned his back on me. He just walked away.
"3 years, Spofford, with treatment."
The girl's been kidnapped, locked up, beaten, raped. What more do you want?
She also found time to go shopping with Mr. Trapp for baby gifts for his friends. She could have run away.
He told me he'd track me down and kill me, and my parents. I believed him.
Couldn't you have made a phone call?
You can't understand what it was like. He drove me around in the trunk of the car. He hit me here and here. He tied me to the bed.
And you walked into a grocery store and a nightclub with a gun.
It wasn't even loaded. My God, he wouldn't let me have bullets.
How can we know that for sure, Miss Harlan?
I'm telling you, I was his prisoner.
Jack.
Are you that good an actor?
When I have to be.
Like today?
No, I'm not acting today.
Really? Mr. Trapp often left you alone. Why didn't he leave you alone when he went to rob the Vivant room?
You'd have to ask him.
No, I'm asking you. You went along to help, didn't you?
I went along because Leon made me.
It excited you, didn't it?
Excited? I nearly passed out when Leon shot Willie and that girl by the bar. And when he grabbed the woman with her car keys, he practically had to drag both of us out of there.
Willie?
The bartender. Leon shot him first.
The bartender's name was William Sullivan. How did you know his nickname was Willie?
It's short for William.
Well, so's Bill. So is Billy. You used to hang out in New York clubs, didn't you?
Sometimes.
Including the Vivant room? Come on, Miss Harlan. If you went there often enough to know the bartender's nickname, we can find someone who remembers you.
I'd been there.
Did you ever see Leon Trapp there during your club hopping days?
No, of course not.
So, of all the places in New York City to rob, all the banks, all the stores, all the bars, How did Leon Trapp happen to pick the Vivant room?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
Mr. McCoy.
If you know, Miss Harlan, how did Leon pick the Vivant room? Or was it your idea?
No, I'm not a criminal.
Really? Do you want to see the video again? Where did he get the idea?
He made me talk to him. We talked for hours. I may have mentioned it.
Did you also mention about the cash there after closing time?
How would I know that? If I just talked to him sometimes, then I thought maybe he wouldn't have sex with me. He wouldn't have to have his hands all over me.
On the first count of murder in the second degree, how do you find?
We find the defendant guilty.
On the second count of murder in the second degree, how do you find?
We find the defendant guilty.
On the third count of murder in the second degree, how do you find?
We find the defendant guilty.
On the fourth count of murder in the second degree, how do you find?
We find the defendant guilty.